A brinjal-colored Honda scooter stands in front of my house today. But a long time ago, I was working in a post office just outside the city. At work, I daydreamed of places, mountains, oceans, forests. I longed to explore the world. So, one day, I purchased a bicycle. From then on, I would ride far away into the wind's embrace. I rode to familiar towns. I rode to unfamiliar towns. I rode to places where there were no people at all. I wished I could keep on riding forever. So I applied for long leave. I planned a trip to Mangalore via Hassan. It was a long way to travel, but I believed that I could do it. I rode for 2 days in rain and in shine, elated at my new freedom. The journey was a beautiful one. I crossed lush green forests and soft rolling hills. The rainy season had just arrived, but getting wet in the drizzle was a joy. On my third day, I was riding down a steep rocky hill when pop, psss, a puncture, and I had left my repair kit and air pump at home. I started walking, pushing my bicycle. There were trees all around with large swaying jackfruits and leaping monkeys. There was no one around. I felt like I was on a secret path of some mysterious world. Suddenly, it started to rain. Hard. Pearls of rain dropped on my head and shoulders, and the cold began to spread through my body. I had no idea how far I had walked. Over the fury of the rain, I heard a voice yelling to me. A small boy stood at the doorway of a little hut, beckoning me to come in. He asked,
"Where are you from?"
"Bangalore," I said.
"All the way by bicycle? It's 200 kilometers from here."
Said the boy. He stared at me in wonder.
"Can you really travel that far by bicycle?"
I nodded.
"To the Himalayas?"
If you set your heart on it, you can go anywhere. The boy began to frown.
"I badly want a bicycle, but Amma won't buy me one."
I took one look at his mother. I understood why. You're still a small boy. When you grow up, Amma will definitely buy you one.
"But who'll teach me to ride?"
I will, I said, as soon as the rain stops. He began to pretend he was riding a bicycle around the room. He held on to the imaginary handlebars, making a whooshing sound. He swerved to avoid an imaginary bus. "Brake! Brake!" I yelled. We both burst out laughing. Like brothers, we shared the same streak of madness. That night, he went on and on about Bangalore, Lal Bagh, Cubbon Park, and Ulsoor Lake.
"I'll visit them all someday on a bicycle, just like you,"
he said. His eyes shone. The next morning, the rain stopped. The boy and I went to a bicycle shop in the next town to fix the puncture. On the way back, I said to the boy, "Hop on." His joy knew no bounds. I held the bicycle steady as he straightened his back and reached for the pedals. He was small for the bicycle, but not by too much. He started to roll forwards.
"I feel like I'm flying."
He exclaimed. The boy was a quick learner. The next morning it was time for me to leave. The boy waited in front of the house as I gathered my things. He stood next to the bicycle, as if he was about to ride away on it. He walked me to the boundary of his town, and then he said,
"Would you mind if I rode around the block one last time? I will come right back.
Okay, but before I could finish, he was away. I watched cycle rickshaws, auto rickshaws with their yellow tops, lorries, and many people moving in every direction. As he disappeared round the corner, I thought of his family, his dreams, his passion. At that moment, a bus to Hassan stopped in front of me. I came to a sudden decision. I quickly climbed on, smiling. The bus left immediately. I looked down the street and thought I could see his face, beaming at me from afar.